So, a question that I have seen popped up many times over the course of me playing WoW for the past couple months is, what are Void Lords? I also asked myself this question when I was leveling a Shadow Priest. I was like, what the hell? What are the Void Lords? Like what are they? I know they exist. People know they exist. But like, what exactly are they? Well, Void Lords are these beings of pure shadow, and they live in the void. And this void, it exists on the very outside of reality. It's the same as a light. It's not say like Azeroth. Azeroth is our reality. That is the fabric of reality. That is where everything exists. But the light and the Void Lords, they are out on the outside. There's whole like I know there's in the Chronicle book they have this whole like chart with Azeroth in the middle, and then like it goes around in like a circle, and the two big ones are like the light and then the void. Those are like the two main ones. It's kind of like the Alliance and Horde. Like those are the two main factions vying for power and whatnot. But another question is what are the Void Lords' plans? What do they want? What do they want? Because everybody knows that Sargeras wants to wipe out life. Do the Void Lords want that? Kind of. They kind of do. But Void Lords, they exist to do one thing. One very simple thing. Devour everything. When I say devour everything, I mean everything that is in the light. Everything that is light, everything that is in our reality, they want to devour it. They want to take it, and they just want to just wipe it in shadow and be like, check that out. Look what we did. But the question is because since they exist on the outside of reality, how do they go about doing that? Because in order to wipe everything and devour everything, you gotta kind of exist in our reality. They go about doing it via old gods. Old gods. Everybody knows old gods. Everybody knows Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, Yashiraj. They know N'Zoth. I call him Inzoth because it just sounds cooler. But those are Azeroth's old gods. Those are the ones that are kind of like manipulating everything behind the scenes. We saw what happened with Deathwing and Inzoth. Inzoth corrupted Deathwing and it was like, hey, go do some nasty stuff and like, make the game a lot easier, and so Deathwing went out and was like, all right. And so that's the old gods' whole thing. They exist to corrupt. Corrupt what? They want to corrupt sleeping titans. A prime example of this would be Azeroth. Azeroth, if you don't already know, is a titan. It is this titan that could rival the strength of Sargeras, and so of course just being old gods, they want to corrupt this thing. The Void Lords, they want to get their hands on anything they can, and if they can get their hands on this one thing, it could rival the power of Sargeras. It's because like having a titan is having an influence on something. I mean, Void Lords already have influence with old gods, but like titans like exist and they can like fly around and like the twisting nether and stuff. Like Sargeras, like he's on, like he can go wherever he wants. Old gods are like they're stuck on that one planet and that's all they can do. But a titan, they could have like space battles and stuff with the titan. And space battles, that's pretty crazy. So talking about Azeroth and how it's it could rival the power of Sargeras, and the old gods wanting to corrupt it because that's their whole job. Having it corrupted would be very bad for say the Army of Light and the Burning Legion. Why the Burning Legion? Why would it matter to Sargeras? Because Sargeras' goal in the universe is to wipe it clean. He wants a lifeless universe so the Void cannot corrupt it. he wants to wipe everything out, and he's hoping that the universe will like reboot itself. You know, like if it's a computer and you hit the restart button. You know, he wants to like wipe all this stuff and just do it all over again, so that it couldn't become corrupted by the void. That's his whole goal. That makes him evil, and that makes him like a pretty big threat to, you know, us as a people and, you know, the light. But the void does not want to just wipe out the universe. The void wants to devour the universe. The void wants to devour everything, including the Burning Legion, including the light. They want to wipe out everything. While Sargeras is just wiping out everything that won't join him, the void wants to wipe out everything. And I mean everything. Hell, they could even turn on their own old gods if they really wanted to. But so because of this, the void is at a big rivalry with the Burning Legion and the light. Now, the Burning Legion, now don't get me wrong, Burning Legion powerful, but it's nothing. It is nothing compared to the light and the void. The light and the void are opposites. The Burning Legion is kind of there. Now see, the light, now we're seeing it right now in the current expansion. The light is kicking the Legion's ass. And it goes to show you that the Legion is not as strong as like people want it to be. They think that the Legion is like the big bad. The big bad will always be the Void Lords, the Void, because the Void Lords do not care for life. I mean, of course, Sargeras, he doesn't really care for life, but he also has an army of demons. The Void has the Void. That is it. They have the Void and the things that they can corrupt and influence, and that is it. That is all they have, and that's all they're working on. And you know what? They're doing a pretty damn good job. Now, of course, when it comes to Void Lords, we don't know a lot of information as of yet. We know what we basically know what I just told you. We know that, you know, we know their goal. We know how they're doing it. We don't know if it's gonna happen. We don't know if we're ever gonna come face to face with fighting the Void. Now, you can consider fighting old gods, fighting the Void, but I'm talking about on a larger scale. Like, I'm talking like instead of like a Burning Legion invasion, I'm talking like a Void invasion with the Void Lords and stuff. Now, that would be a pretty serious threat. I mean, but you know what? Hey, right now, Void Lords still pretty new to the story, still pretty, you know, what do you call it, fresh when it comes to like lore ideas, and Blizzard could take it wherever they want to. But the real question is, what if the Void Lords spread their influence to all known life? Like what if they succeeded in devouring everything in darkness? You know, like if you really think about it, it's pretty dangerous. It's pretty spooky. But you know, that's a story for another time.